What's happening, everybody? What's going on, family? It's your boy, Trapvision 3D, man. I'm back, and we are doing a flame review over one of my favorite watches within the Invicta lineup. Now, if you guys are familiar with Invicta, Invicta has a ton of watches, a ton of lines, and this particular model I fancy just because I love the style of it. So, we're talking about the Grand Diver in this whole existence, and as you see in there right there, that is Diver Dan. You saw the little animation starting off. I just thought that would be like a little funny touch to it. Some people call it Scuba Steve, but you know, call it what you want. Now, the Grand Diver, the markings. Now with Invicta, they don't always do this. They don't always do this. So you see the Grand, and then you have the divers inscribed in here. Invicta does a great job of marking their names, their name, and whatever feature let you know what watch it is. As far as aesthetics, they do a good job of marketing their brand. Some it is very irritating to see a brand name all over it. So if you are one of those people, this may not be the watch for you, because I'm gonna tell you this: you have Grand Diver inscribed on one side, letting you know. Then you have Invicta on the other side, right here where my finger is. You have Invicta in here, and you know the good thing about that is it's not stamped on, or it's not drawn on, if you will. It's actually placed in there. They actually place the Invicta wings in there and the actual word Invicta. And then on the second hand, as you can see, is going around. This is an automatic watch. The second hand actually has the wings at the bottom of the second hand movement. All right, so the cabochon is like a midnight blue, or royal blue, if you will, and it has a mother of pearl dial on it, which you see a better description right here. Let me show you a better description. All right, now Invicta has been the trick night that they use in it. It's pretty nice, pretty decent, man. You can charge this by flashlight or sunlight, doesn't matter. But the biggest thing about this, what makes this a standout, is it's high polished all the way around it, except for the actual bezel, and it has the, of course, you hear it, unidirectional rotating bezel, 120 click. It's a screw down crown, which adds to the water resistancy. It has hacking on it, so, and all that is, you pull that out, second position, and just pull it all the way out to the third position. It stops the time, and you can actually hack this watch. It's a hackable movement. Date window, Cyclops. Some people like it, some don't, but it's magnified, and for people that have rough vision or rough time seeing, it's pretty accurate. And then you have the exhibition case back, which the case back is actually done up in a gold, which completes the whole two-tone of this watch. Friction, of course, it has the friction clasp on it. All right. Safety feature. Doesn't have any buttons or anything like that for a second, safety feature. It just has the friction. But it does have the scissor deployment clasp, which is I always like that. I hate that potato chip style. Now, overall, I think this watch is pretty stout for the money. I paid $105 for this watch, but it went on sale. So if you go on Shop HQ, which unfortunately they sold out. So the only way you can get this watch is if they have it on, which I don't think I've seen it on Amazon, or somebody selling on eBay. Now, price is key in here. I went on and I looked. If you type in dive watch, if you like dive watches and you want something more bang for your buck, this one is pretty stout. It's pretty solid. But I typed in dive watch in Google, and it showed me a range of watches from $45 all the way up to 11 grand. All right, and I'm pretty sure you can find some more expensive. I didn't go too far in depth, but I was trying to keep in a range, seeing that our current situation, everybody's not working. But if you still want to try to get a watch like this, There are other models. There are other models that's like this. So don't, you may not get a number limited like this one, which this was, they only made 350 of this one. This is the gold tone, silver gold tone. Then they had one that was rose tone, just like this one. That was limited to 250. But that was sold out quick. Again, Shop HQ did a good job. They sold that thing so fast. But overall, my take on this watch is for the money, it's pretty stout. The only problem I have with this watch, is the mineral crystal. Because I'm one that when you say a number limited edition, I want this watch to be solid all the way out. And I'm not really that concerned with the price point. When you say a number limited, because when you say a limited edition of anything, you'll pay the extra money, man, to be rare or to have be a certain number on the scale of who's getting this watch. Because in the Invicta family, some people don't care that you have the same watch. Sometimes they celebrate that within this community. But for those of you guys that I much rather have a very unique watch. I don't want too many people having it. I think this was pretty solid for the price. I just wish that it either had the sapphire crystal or their flame fusion crystal, which is scratch and resistant proof. Now, this watch I wouldn't recommend for people that's working in, like my cousin works at the post office and he bangs his watch around and stuff like that. I wouldn't recommend this watch for that application, just because of the crystal, damaging the crystal, unless you're willing to send this off to get a upgraded crystal in it. But just buying this off the shelf, it's pretty stout. So my opinion of this watch is, yep, it has a lot of weight to it. It's pretty solid. It's a 47 millimeter. Water resistancy is good. The trip night is pretty good, as you can see right here. And overall, I think more for the money, you can't beat it. You can't beat it. So if you want to go on Shop HQ, which I do most of my shopping on, or invictastores.com or Amazon, the model number, I'll leave the model number in here. Something similar to this one. Now, if you don't mind where this watch is made, it was made in Malaysia. And I want to give you as much information on this watch as I possibly can. This watch was made in Malaysia. So if that is a problem for you, you may want to keep looking, because they do have some that were like this particular build was made in Japan. All right. You do have some with Sellita movements in it, but this one has the NH35 automatic, okay, which is made by Seiko. As far as the watch community, they say it's the workhorse of the watch community. So you can't go wrong on that one. All right. Now, my final verdict on this watch, with all the high polish, the features minus the mineral crystal, I give this thing a 5 flame. If you can find this watch less than $200 on eBay, I would tell you to definitely go out and grab this watch. If somebody wanted to make a quick buck that bought it for $77 and you want to, $125 to $150, well, I'm pretty sure you want to make as much money as possible. But me personally, I wouldn't pay over $160, $165 for this watch. And that's just me, because I know what I paid for it when it wasn't on sale, which was $105. So I wouldn't want to pay too much more over that, like on this crazy markup. But look into the brand. Invicta's pretty good, pretty stout. Tell you what, if you have any questions about the Grand Divers, because I have more of these in my collection than anything else that Invicta makes. I just love the build, love the quality, the way it looks. Sorry, didn't even put it on the wrist. 7 1/4 inch wrist. I lost a little bit of weight. All right, so that's what it looks like on the wrist. 5 flame. Go out and get you a Grand Diver or Pro Diver through Invicta. They're pretty nice watches, pretty solid. Keep in mind, if you want to go to automatic, NH35, I wouldn't take anything less than that, or a Sellita movement, the Sellita 200 in these watches, which Invicta stated that, the CEO of the company stated that there will be more Sellita movements coming in these. So, with that being said, that's my time, family. I appreciate everybody tuning in, checking your boy out. Please, if you're not subscribed to the channel, go ahead and hit it. And also, if you wanted more detailed information on how watches tick in the dimensions and stuff like that, go over to John the Phone Guy, Invicta Specs, man. Do wealth of knowledge. If you like the bigger pieces, though, the big ones, which I do too. I love some of the big pieces. Go over to my man Tommy Big Time. He also have bonuses because there's a raffling system that he goes through. Georgia Mountain Watches with Mr. Carson. You need to get over there, man. Go ahead and get you a little tag and spend your little money. You may get a nice little watch. You know what I'm saying? You may get like a $1,200 watch, man, for like what, $30. You never know. You don't know your chances. With that being said, family, I hope you guys stay blessed, stay safe, man. See you on the next one.